All right, let's get into it. You know that feeling something in your house breaks and the panic isn't just about fixing it, it's about who to even call. Well, in this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain on the whole home service industry and give you the playbook for hiring someone you can actually genuinely trust. Just imagine this for a second. It is the single hottest day of the year. The humidity is just ridiculous, and all of a sudden, silence. Your AC dies. The house is getting stuffy, the kids are complaining, and that little bit of panic starts creeping in. That desperate Google search. That's a moment when you're totally vulnerable. And that right there, that's the real issue, isn't it? A broken part, that's just a technical thing. But the real problem, the thing that keeps you up at night, is that fear. The fear of getting ripped off. You're left wondering, are they going to be honest with me? Are they going to charge me a fortune? Can I even believe what they're telling me? So let's talk about where that distrust actually comes from. So often it boils down to something that happens behind the scenes, a huge conflict of interest that's built right into the way a lot of technicians get paid.
It really comes down to two different ways of doing business. And the difference is, well, it's everything. On one hand, you've got the commission model. Now, think about it. If a technician makes more money by selling you a brand new $10,000 system instead of a simple repair, what are they going to push for? It just creates this constant pressure to sell, sell, sell. But then you've got the repair first model. Here, technicians get a salary. Their only job is to fix your problem, period. Whether it's a small part or a big replacement, it doesn't matter to their paycheck. So their goals and your goals are suddenly on the same team.
You know, this quote from the source material just lays it out perfectly. When you take away that financial incentive to lie, suddenly trust becomes the whole point of the business. The goal isn't making the biggest possible sale. It's just solving your problem the right way. Okay, so we get the problem, but let's not stop there. Let's talk about the solution. There are some really clear signs that tell you if a company is focused on service, not just sales. Let's get into their playbook. First up, and this is a big one, you need to know this term, upfront flat rate pricing. This is basically your shield against surprises. It means they tell you, in writing, exactly what the repair will cost before they start the work. It doesn't matter if it takes them 1 hour or 5 hours, the price is the price. No games, no meters running. And look, these aren't just little perks. These are really specific choices a company makes to serve you better. Salaried techs give you honest advice. Trucks that are basically warehouses on wheels mean there's a good chance they can fix it on the very first trip. And a real warranty, especially one that says you don't pay if they can't fix it, that takes all the risk off of you and puts it back on them. So here's what that whole experience should feel like for you. It shouldn't be a mystery. From the moment you call, you should be talking to someone who actually understands what's going on. Then you get a clear diagnosis, that written price we just talked about, and finally, they make sure it's working and even follow up later. Every single step should be clear and open. But look, an honest business model is only half the puzzle. The contractor also has to, actually be good at their job and follow the rules. Cutting corners on the technical side can be just as bad, or maybe even worse. This one is huge. A permit can feel like a pain, like just more paperwork, but it's actually a massive protection for you. It means an inspector is going to check the work to make sure it's safe and up to code. Like the source says, when a contractor skips that step, they're not just saving a little time, they're handing all of the risk and liability directly to you. And just look at the math here. It's pretty stark. A permit might cost, $100, maybe $150? But if that unpermitted work leads to a fire, your insurance company could say, sorry, we're not covering that. Or if you try to sell your house, it could completely torpedo the deal. That tiny cost to do it right is nothing compared to the massive financial risk of doing it wrong. And it goes beyond just permits. Simple technical mistakes can have some pretty serious consequences for you. You see contractors who just guess at the size of an AC unit instead of actually measuring. They might install one that's too big, and you might think bigger is better, but it actually wastes a ton of energy and burns itself out faster. Or they'll hook it up to ducts that are too small, and the whole system just struggles until it fails. These little details directly affect your wallet and your comfort for years. Okay, so we've been through a lot here. The weird incentives, the right business models, the technical stuff. Now let's pull it all together into a simple, powerful checklist that you can actually use. This right here, this is your cheat sheet. Honestly, just memorize these 5 questions. Their answers will tell you absolutely everything you need to know. Asking about commission reveals their true motivation. Asking about flat rate pricing tells you if you're protected, and asking about permits, warranties, and how they size a system, that will separate the real pros from the hacks in about 2 minutes flat. So the next time you have to make that stressful call, I want you to just pause and ask yourself this one simple question. Is this person trying to solve my problem, or are they trying to solve their problem? A great contractor is focused on you. A bad one is just focused on their own bottom line. And knowing that difference, that is what gives you all the power.